Hi everyone. Today's topic is godly sorrow. When we do something wrong and feel the weight of our guilt, it's natural to feel sorrow. Sometimes we're truly sorry, not just because we were caught, but because we understand the seriousness of what we've done. And this sorrow can be very heavy. We may feel ashamed, paralyzed by regret, and overwhelmed by a sense of failure. So the thought, if only I could go back and undo it, plays over and over in our minds. And this emotional pain can be so intense that it begins to consume us. And if we leave it unchecked, it can spiral into deep depression, self-hatred, and or even self-destructive thoughts. And some people, when they're not able to see a way out, they reach the point of believing that their lives no longer matter. So this kind of sorrow is what the Bible calls worldly sorrow. It leads to death. Not always physical death, but the death of hope, of joy, of purpose. And it keeps us stuck in a cycle of regret without offering a path forward. But God, in His great mercy, offers us something far greater, far better. That's what is called godly sorrow. We read in 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 10. Godly sorrow brings repentance that leads to salvation and leaves no regret, but worldly sorrow brings death. Godly sorrow is not about wallowing in guilt or punishing ourselves. It's about conviction that leads to transformation. It opens our eyes to see our sin clearly, but also to see God's grace. It causes us to hate the sin, not just the consequences of sin, and stirs in us a deep desire to change. And this kind of sorrow leads us to repentance, which means turning away from sin and toward God. And it is powerful because it doesn't leave us in shame. It lifts us into new life. And through it, we begin not only to stop doing what is wrong, but also to start doing what is right. Because, often the greatest danger isn't just the wrong things we do, but the good things we fail to do. So we may not lie or steal, but we might remain silent when someone needs encouragement, for example, or we may stand still when we should act in love. And godly sorrow addresses this too. It wakes us up from spiritual laziness and apathy, reminding us that God calls us to more than just avoiding sin. He calls us to bear fruit. God desires that we grow in love, kindness, patience, and truth. He wants our lives to be rich in good works and filled with purpose. Through godly sorrow, we are moved not only to feel regret, but to pursue righteousness and holiness. It is painful, but it is a pain with a purpose. A pain that leads to healing, to freedom, and to a life that reflects the goodness of God. May you experience godly sorrow whenever you fail to do what is right. God bless you.